Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to do an investigation called Why Are Birds' Beaks Different? Now, I know you've seen a lot of different birds, pictures of birds and whatnot. We have a lot of birds here in Florida for sure. And I know that if you think about it, beaks, their beaks are different than each other. So this investigation is going to look at why birds have different beaks, different shapes. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some common everyday tools that we are going to use, because we can't have the birds here to actually try them out. So we're going to use these tools to mimic or model the different beaks you might see on a bird. So let's take a look at some of the tools. Here's the first one. This thing, I bet you're probably thinking that looks like a dropper, but it's not like the droppers we have in our science kits. It is a dropper. It's a form of a dropper. It's actually called a pipette, P-I-P-E-T-T-E. And it works just like a dropper. You squeeze it and get the liquid inside. Okay, pipette. These are large pliers, very large. You might get an idea of what kind of bird might have pliers, large plier-like beaks. These are smaller pliers. These, your mom and dad had them in your kitchen maybe. These are tongs. These are called tongs. Maybe if you're grilling something, you want to take something off the grill, tongs are good tools for that. These are also pliers, but they're called needle nose pliers. I have a pair of these in the classroom, and I use these whenever you guys jam up the staplers. I use these to kind of get those little staple pieces out of the jammed stapler. So these are called needle nose pliers. Needle because it's so long and thin. And these you might get in a Chinese restaurant. These are chopsticks. Okay? So those are the different tools we're going to use here. I bet in your head you're probably thinking, oh, I know a bird that might have a beak like that. And if you're doing that, well, that's good because, that's what we're modeling today. Now, we're going to use these tools on a whole bunch of different quote unquote foods that a bird might eat, or foods that might be similar to what a bird might eat. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm just going to show you some of the different things we have here. I have some peanuts in a shell, thinking. I have an orange. I have, this one's kind of weird. This is a piece of a pool noodle. And basically what I did here is I cut some slits into it and I stuck in little pieces of rice. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'll get closer and closer. Maybe you could see like inside these things, there's little pieces of rice. So they're kind of like, this is kind of like modeling a tree with bark. And you might have little bugs inside. I know if you've ever pulled a piece of bark off a tree, you might have seen little bugs. They like to live there. This is a container of juice. Okay. This is some dirt. Now in this dirt, this is going to make you all very mad, but I have some gummy bears. don't know if you can see the bottom of it. There's gummy bears down at the bottom. There's gummy bears in the middle. Not gummy bears, I don't know what I'm thinking. Gummy worms. So these are like modeling, you know, worms. And this one, I'm just gonna show it to you from here because it's messy. This is some lettuce in water. Okay, lettuce in water. Think about what kind of water birds might get that kind of food. So those are the foods. So I asked you to have a piece of paper because I need you to make a chart. And I'm going to show you the chart, and I'm going to let you can pause the video here. You need to make a chart that has 7 rows and 7 columns, and the tools are across the top and the foods are down on the left side. Now, I hope that's going to come out right. When you make this chart, we're going to mark here in the empty boxes, okay? Now, I should point out to you that I made a file of this chart and I attached it into this EDSB activity, so you can just print it up if you want. Or like I said, you can go back to where I held it up, pause the video, make your chart, and you're good to go. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. With your chart, I want you to think about which tool I showed you would be able to eat these foods or be able to get those foods. And for each food, I want you to put a little star, a little one, because we're going to actually write in the box as well. But I'd like you to put a little star in one of the tools for that food. The star means this is the one I'm predicting will be the best for getting that food, okay? And you're gonna do this for each row. So once again, you're gonna look at the food. The first one is rice. Remember, it was in that pool noodle, that's hard to say. I want you to put a little star underneath the column for the tool you think it is the best tool to get that food. Okay, so this is going to be a prediction. I only want you to put 1 star in each food row underneath the tool you think will get it the best. Okay, and we're just going to experiment. Okay, so here we go. I'm hoping, again, pause the video and make your predictions. Again, a little star in 1 star per row of food for the tool you think will be able to get the food the best. All right, let's get this going. I'm going to start with the first one on the list, and it is the rice inside the pool noodle. And I can see him here. You know, it's hard for you to see, but there's rice in there. And I'm going to start with I'm going to go through every tool. Now, when we find a tool that works, or when we find a tool either works or doesn't works, I want you to put a Y for yes or N for no, okay? So for example, I'm gonna take my pipette and see if I can get that food out. I'm squeezing it, trying to suck it out, but it's just not working. So this would be an N for no underneath pipette. The large pliers, yep, the large pliers is next. I'm not getting anything. I can kind of tear it apart a little bit, but that's not really getting it either. I have the small pliers, probably the same result. So that was a no, I would say. Again, I can pull at it, and I'm not getting any rice here. right, small pliers, no. Tongs. Let's see here again. I can pinch at it. I just can't get them. They're kind of like stuck inside the pool noodle. You just can't get them. Not with tongs anyway. Here's the needle nose pliers. And it's sort of the same thing, but there's something about these needle nose pliers. Oh, there it is. A piece of rice. Looks like a maggot, doesn't it? So I can get, with these needle nose pliers, I can get inside these little cracks. I think I got another one. Yep, see, there's another one. All right, so that would be a yes. And the chopsticks, I'm left-handed, so I have to do my chopsticks with my left hand. I might be able to get one. They're kind of near. Oh, I got one, but I went flying. We'll say that's a yes. I'll try one more. Here's one. Yeah, I got another one too, but it fell. Anyway, so I would say chopsticks, yes. Okay, pool noodle, done. The next food on our chart is the orange. And I'm gonna try with the pipette. No, not gonna happen. The large pliers. Now, if ooh, look at that. I just pulled off some of the skin. Oh yeah, I'm getting in it. And you could see I could keep going with the pliers here and I could get right in there. So we'll say pliers, good, yes. Small pliers, it's not as good. I mean, I'm kind of scraping it. I don't know if you can see, I would have to work really hard with these pliers. They just don't open up large enough. Get the idea why we had the large ones. But I'm gonna say no. Well, I can hold an orange with my tongs, but not happening. The needle nose pliers. Now, let's see. Once again, if I get in there, oh yeah, I can get in there too. Ooh, I got juice falling out of this. Now I could use my pipette and suck out some of the juice. So if these birds teamed up, I suppose they could. Look at that, I can make a nice little hole in that. See that? So needle nose pliers, pretty good. And my chopsticks, am I gonna be able to get some of that orange flesh out of there? I can poke in it. Ooh, actually I got a little piece there. It fell, but we'll say chopsticks. Okay, worked. All right. My orange is destroyed now. Okay, the peanuts. All right. So, good old peanut. We have our pipette. Not happening. No. My large pliers has orange all over it. Let's see here. Ooh, that cracked nice and, ooh, all over the place. Peanuts. Mmm, delicious. Large pliers, good. I'm gonna start with a new peanut. Small pliers with orange all over it. Piece of cake, man. Opens it right up. Nice. Yes. Small pliers. Tongs. I can pick them up. And oh! It went everywhere. Yeah, I guess the tongs could open. Try it again. Boy, you need a lot of force to do this. We'll give it a yes, though, because I used my tongs successfully. Needle nose pliers. Let's see here, there's another one. It's gonna work, right? Sure will. Just take it apart and some yummy, yummy peanuts. Chopsticks, I can pick them up. This one's pretty hard. I'm not gonna say this is a yeah. This is a no. Okay. Well, that was messy. Okay, what's next? The juice. So I got a little graduate of juice. You're probably thinking, you know, that poor pipette hasn't done anything yet. But it is totally getting that juice. Now, birds don't normally drink they don't have like, you know, a juice box to get their juice out of. But they would be able to get nectar, which is a juice that is inside flowers. Nectar. This is kind of like modeling nectar. Oh, I'm not even done. I mean, is there anything that's is this gonna work? No. 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 My old needle nose can get in there, but how are they gonna get that juice up to where they can swallow it? This is a no. My chopsticks, you know, they can get in there, but how do you pick up water or liquid with chopsticks? It's just not gonna happen. Okay. The worms. You've been waiting for this one, right? I wonder which one you predicted would be able to get the worms. Okay. So we'll start with our pipette, my pipette. I made a mess of my pipette, but it is not able to get the worms. My large pliers, kind of not happening. That's a no. I don't think the small pliers are going to work either. I mean, they can get in there, but the worms are down in the dirt, like down in it. Like there's one right there. That's probably the one that's closest to the surface, and it's not going to be able to get in there. The tongs, well, I could probably start picking around, but this could be a yes. I got one. Yeah. I lost it though. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I got me a nice little juicy worm, so tongs, yes. I know I got more worms down there. There's another one. Needle nose. I can pick up dirt, or I can't get down into... I can't get it. I'm gonna say no. Chopsticks. All right, let's get my chopstick skills going. I'm thinking this one's gonna work. I can just feel that this is going to be very successful. I hope you see this. Nice little juicy worm. All right, we were able, so chopsticks, yes, I think we got him with the tongs too. The last one here is the lettuce. Oh, and I got the lettuce is in water. Make a little room here on my cutting board. I'm gonna have to probably aim this down so you can see. Oop, I'll have to hold it. I can get the water. I probably could stab it, but I don't think a pipette's, ooh, I just squirted all over myself. I don't think a pipette's gonna do it. Hold on here, because I'm gonna need my hands. There we go. Okay, the pliers, I can get a piece of lettuce, that's a yes. Okay. The large pliers, small pliers. I can get one piece at a time. So, I mean, yeah, that's a yes. The tongs, wow, look at all the, you see that? I can get a whole bunch of lettuce. This is definitely the best one so far. Again, my needle nose pliers, I can get one piece at a time. I could probably get maybe two if I do it really carefully. I don't know, maybe it's just too hard because it's in water and they move. But this would be a yes also. My chopsticks, my dirty chopsticks. Okay, look at that. It's a yes. Okay. So now, what have we learned? What have we learned? That's probably one of the questions I'm going to ask you in this Headsby activity. We've gone through all the different tools and the different foods. There were some tools that could do more than one object. I know that like our needle nose pliers, they could open or they could get some of the food from different sources. But I know that there were some that were like specially designed for the type of food, if you think about it. So, okay, so what I want you to do is just answer the questions that follow in the Headsby activity. I hope you enjoyed this. It was kind of fun. There was a lot of setup. And I know one thing I like about doing setups like this, that when there's food involved, and of course I always tell you guys you're not allowed to eat the food, but you know, in this case, I just can't resist. Oh my God, I love gummy worms. So good. All right, see you later, bye.